Good morning, everyone. Today in our class, we will discuss a new chapter. The chapter name is Structures of the Earth. Okay, here we discuss about all of the things about the Earth, like the interior part of the Earth, the exterior part of the Earth, exogenetic process, endogenetic process, everything we will discuss about here. Okay, so let's start. First of all, now I will give you a few introductions part of the structure of the earth. Our earth is a heavily body in the earth, in the universe. Okay, and according to the Big Bang theory, this is the latest theory. Okay, Big Bang theory is the latest theory. According to the Big Bang theory, the earth was made up of molten materials and that exploded from the hot ball of fire. Okay, and then that the molten magma, when they come out from the interior of the earth, gradually that molten materials cool down and solidify and forming a thin hard surface layer that is called crust. Okay, and on which we live. The crust where we live, the uppermost part of the earth is called crust. Okay, and the interior part of the earth is still very hot. Okay, now next one we will discuss about the continental drift theory. The continental drift theory, the present structure of the earth was totally different 200 million years ago. See the picture before 200 million ago and after 200 million ago. First of all, you can see that there was no continent, no oceans previous time, and the land mass total together, so that the yellow color portions of the earth, you can see the total yellow portion, that is the land mass, and when the land mass are joined together in that time, that is actually called Pangea. Okay, and the total water bodies, there is no ocean, no single sea, rivers, they're all together, that is known as Panthalassa. Okay, so the landmass together form the supercontinent, that is called Pangea, and there is no only water bodies, total water bodies, that is known as Panthalassa. Okay, and due to the internal movement of the earth, the landmass started to divide into the small space like a jigsaw puzzles. Okay, you can see after picture here that all the total water bodies divided into small spaces. Okay, and these are called, the small spaces are called plates. Okay, next one here, that plates, they float on the liquid rock matter. When they move from each away, this plate, we name them as a supercontinent or the oceans. Okay, continent and oceans, we name them. That plates are moving always on a liquid rock matter. Then when they move away from each other, and they forming continents. This continental drift theory was given by German scientist Alfred Wegener. Okay, and this theory is called continental drift theory. Okay, next one, there is another theory. They proved that not only the continent but there is a ocean's bed also moved. Okay, this theory known as the plate tectonics theory. Okay, next one we will discuss about the interior of the earth. Okay, we already discussed about how the earth is formed, how the water bodies and all the supercontinents are divided in this theory, in the continental drift theory, and how the plates move and they create the continents and the oceans. Now here we will discuss about the interior of the earth. In the interior of the earth, there is a three layer. Number one, crust, where we live, the upper surface of the earth. Below the crust, there is another layer that is mantle, and below mantle there is another layer is there, that is core. Okay, and that below the oceans there is a solid floor there. Okay, that solid floor is called ocean's floor. Okay, and the continent and the ocean's floor, they form the crust of the earth. Okay, and mantle is the second layer of the earth, and it is made up of rock rich in iron and others metal. And the core is the center. Below the mantle there is the layer that is called core is the center of the earth, and it is made up of two heavy metals, that is nickel and iron. That's why the core is also called Fe. Okay, Ni means nickel, Fe that is iron. Okay, so that's why core also known as Fe. Understood? So this is all about the interior of the earth. This is the inside the earth, that is endogenetic process happening there. Now we will discuss about the upper portions of the earth, that means exterior of the earth. Here all of you know that the surface of the earth is covered by 29% of land and 71% of water, right? And here that there is only 29% land. That land mass are known as continent. There are the 7 large continent. What are they? Number 1 Asia, number 2 Africa, number 3 North America, number 4 South America, number 5 Europe, number 6 Antarctica, and number 7 Australia. These are the 7 continent of the world. And there is another scattered island are also there in the oceans. Okay, and now there is a another most important thing you have to remember, that Russia is the largest continent and Vatican City is the smallest continent. And according to the area, India is the 7th largest continent, okay, in the world. Now next one we discuss about the water bodies. Okay, the very deep and large water bodies, the earth divide into the 5 large oceans. What are they? Number 1 Pacific Oceans, Atlantic Oceans, Indian Oceans, Arctic Oceans, and Antarctic Oceans. Okay, and beside these oceans, like the small scattered islands are there beside the continents, these are the beside the, there is a these big oceans, there's few small water bodies are there, like river, lake, pond, gulfs, bays, streams, etc. Okay, and these water bodies are very useful in many ways, like they are home for the huge water animals, and this water is also used for water transport, electricity, salt, etc. Okay, so this is all about the exterior of the earth. Now we will discuss about the surface of the earth change. Each and every year, each and every decade, there is some changes is there on the surface of the earth, that means the exterior part of the earth. There are the constant change both in the inside and the outside of the surface of the earth. But these changes, few changes are rapid change, few changes are the very slow change. Like, so slow change, what is that mean? Slow change are mainly caused by the outer things of the earth, that means the natural thing like the rain, wind, sun, rivers, seas, glaciers, just like these, they takes place the outside the earth's surface, and that are responsible for the changing of the earth very slowly. What is rapid change? Rapid change mainly at the movement in the interior of the earth, like the volcanic eruptions, that is caused sudden. Okay, like earthquake, that is also the sudden, due to this internal movement, earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, there is a huge change on the surface of the earth. That's why within few time this is changing, a huge change on the surface of the earth. So that is the rapid change. But slow change, like the erosions by the glaciers, river, seas, this happened through a long time basis. That's why this is known as the slow changes. Okay, first you can see the volcanoes. Volcanoes is one of the rapid changes movement. You can see the volcanic eruptions. You can see that all the lava coming out from the volcanoes, and they are scattered outside the volcanic mountain. Okay, not only the lava coming out from there, the gaseous water vapor is also coming out from there. Okay, so what is volcano? We can learn here. As we go deep inside the earth, the temperature keep rising. Okay, and it is very high temperature at the core, because core is the center of the earth. There is a temperature is huge. Okay, because of high temperature, the rock melted, okay, in the interior of the earth, and formed a molten mass of rock that is known as magma. Okay, that is known as magma. Some gases are also present inside the earth, the magma, and these gases are formed out through a passage. That passage from the passage the volcanic coming out, that passage is known as vent. Okay, vent. And then the hot magma that is thrown out from the vent is known as lava. That means the molten rock materials, when they are inside the volcano, that is called magma. That molten materials, when they coming out from the volcanoes with the vents, that is called lava. Okay, when the lava cools down and turn into the hard rock, then gradually the cool and solidified lava built up a new landform like mountain, like plateau. Okay, and this plateau or a mountain with a opening vent or the opening as its center, through this the molten lava, gas, rock pieces through or the coming out. That type of mountain is known as volcanoes. Okay, like Fujiyama, like Vesuvius, these are the examples of the volcanoes. Okay, and the mouth of the volcano is funnel shaped. That is called crater. Okay, the funnel shaped mouth of the volcano, that is called craters. Okay, so this is all about volcanoes. Okay, next we will discuss about the earthquake. Okay, this is the also a rapid changes movement of the earth surface, and it's also the interior part. This happen inside of the earth, but this effect we can see the outside of the earth. Okay, so the magma, the gas in the earth interior move and push the land upward, and making the earth trembles or vibrate. This vibrating trembling is known as earthquake. What I said, the magma, the gases in the earth interior, when they moves and push the land upward, then the earth that time making a tremble or the vibrate. The vibrate trembling is known as earthquake. Okay, and it occurs without any warning and causes a lot of destructions of life and property. Okay, and as an example, I giving you examples. Earthquake which is happened in Gujarat at Bhuj. It took place 26 January 2001, and this earthquake claimed the lives of more than 20,000 people and left over 15 lakhs people injured. About 8 lakhs were also destroyed in this disaster. And this is happened in this Gujarat at Bhuj. This is the most prominent examples of the earthquake. Now there is two things you have to know. One is focus and one is the epicenter. What is focus? The place from where the earthquake originated, from where the earthquake begins below the earth's surface, that is known as focus. Okay, that is mane you know that the earthquake mainly originated the inside of the earth, mane below the earth's surface. From that place the earthquake occur below the earth's surface. That point is called focus. Just like this, the point of the earth just above the focus, meaning the point of the focus below the earth's surface, and the point of the earthquake just above the focus on the surface, that is called epicenter. That is called epicenter. Okay, you can see the picture in our previous page. Just please see it properly. This is the place where the effect of the earthquake is maximum. That means earthquake mainly main effect we can see in the epicenter place. Okay, acha, you can see here the picture, that is the seismograph pictures. Okay, seismology is the study of earthquake, and earthquake are measured and recorded by an instrument that is called seismometer. This is the picture of seismometer you can see here. Okay, and their intensity of the earthquake is measured by Richter scale. Okay, like the 1 to 10, according to this scale, what is the intensity of the earthquake, today's earthquake, like 2.5, like 4, like 8, just like this there is a destruction. That means low, 1.2 or 2 means very low earthquake, 4 means high, yeah, moderate, 5 means moderate, 6, 8, 7, 8, 9, 10, that means very high intensity of the earthquake. Just like this is the scale we measured the intensity of the earthquake, and this is the seismometer picture you can see here. Okay, and now the certain place on the earthquake, there is a mainly earthquake prone zones. Mainly earthquake happened within of frequently in that place. This is called earthquake prone zone, and here I giving you few examples of the earthquake prone zone, like the Himalayan range in the northern India, Japan, the Philippines are more earthquake prone zone. Okay, there are the some precautions you should take during the earthquake. What are they? Like, number 1, come out of an enclosed area and move to an open place. Shift to the corner of the room, away from the window, fans which maybe fall on you, so you have to move from there. And mainly use stairs, not use the lift after or during the earthquake. Okay, and if you're traveling, come out from the vehicles immediately. It causes an earthquake after earthquake. Okay, and take care not to stand below the trees and signboard on the road, because it may fall on you. So this can measure you take during or the after earthquake. Okay, so this is all about today's class. In next class we will continue this chapter. I hope all of you understood. If there is any queries, please comment below of the video. Okay, and please like my video, share it, and please subscribe my channel. Thank you everyone. See you in a next video. Thank you.